evening, my lady. One of the maids told me that you were asking for me. What can I do for you? You seem distressed. You need to have a word with me? Of course. You know I'll always be available to you. What would you like to talk about? It seems like something is worrying you, my lady. And I don't want you to be upset. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Indeed, I am here for you. So, what is the matter? What's keeping those lovely eyes of yours with such a worried look in them? Mr. Bradford. Yes. What about him? If I heard the news... Of course I have. You know that I am always the first one to know what happens. Why haven't I informed you about it? Well, my lady, you seemed a little upset after this morning's meeting with him and his son. Especially considering that your father was so insistent about, you know, you marrying that boy. When you walked out of the room with tears in your eyes, I knew that you had too many strong feelings inside you. Too many things to worry about. So, I considered that it had been too many emotions for one day for you. And in my attempt to protect you, I decided not to tell you about their accident. At least not for today. I apologize for keeping that information from you. I did not expect the news would travel so fast, nor that one of the maids would tell you about it before I would. Please, do accept my most sincere apology. I was only trying to protect you. I promise. Thank you, my lady. You wish for me to tell you about what happened? Are you sure? I understand. Then please, have a seat. Well, after you left the meeting with the Bradfords, they kept on talking about all the details for the wedding. Even after you clearly said you didn't want that. None of them cared. They scheduled it for next month in their home city. Arranged that your father would take you there, and that after that, you would stay with them as one of the Bradfords. They, well, I guess I should tell you everything. They also talked about you helping them continue with their bloodline. Indeed, Mr. Bradford wanted you and his son to give him at least 2 or 3 grandsons or granddaughters. Said it was very important, and he asked your father many times about how fertile you were. Yes, disgusting and inappropriate. You are a lady. That's not how a man should treat you. As if you were just, well, you know what I am talking about. But anyways, after that, contracts were signed and you were sold to their family, if you will. It was obvious that the arrangement was about money above anything else. The Bradfords are a very wealthy family. They are powerful and with many contacts. And your father, well, he just wanted what was best for you and your family. At least that's what he said. But if you ask me, I don't think that it was anywhere near that. Can I confess something to you, my lady? Well, you see, I took the liberty of doing my own little research on them. I know I shouldn't have, but I felt like I had to. So before this meeting happened and they came here for a visit, I found out some very interesting and alarming things about him. Both father and son. Mr. Bradford. Turns out he's as corrupt as you could imagine. He's not only the head of his company, but also has several other businesses that you can picture aren't very legal. But a man so wealthy and powerful, he can practically do anything he wants in this world. Now about his son, the young man you were supposed to marry. This worried me even more. Turns out he has a history of being violent. I found out that he used to beat up his girlfriends, and that even one of them ended up in a hospital for quite some time. Of course, they silenced the victims and their families with threats and money. But those things happened. Seems like Bradford Jr. was quite the hot-headed fella. His father, being one of the most powerful figures in this continent, meant that he could do anything he wanted. Hurt whoever he wanted, and not face any kind of consequences. Unfair, is it not? Unfortunately for them, karma got in the way, and then there was the accident. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't react like this. It's, unprofessional. But in all honesty, my lady, I think they deserved it. And most importantly, I feel like you're safe now. That's what matters the most to me. the only thing that matters. I didn't want you to fall in the hands of that monster and his family of criminals. So I was relieved in the end when, you know... Yes, my lady. Both father and son died just a couple of hours ago. It was a very terrible accident. They were on their way to the airport, but unfortunately for them, they didn't make it alive. Something happened to their car. There was a crash, and then an explosion. They didn't survive. So you see, despite the tragic news, this means that you are now free and safe from that horrible destiny that waited for you with the Bradfords. You'll get to stay here with me and always be safe and happy. Isn't that wonderful? I know that hearing all of this must be shocking to you. But trust me, my lady, it is for the best. It will give you freedom, and it will also give your father time to reflect on what happened and change his mind. They all need to respect you more. And also understand that if they don't, well, things like this could happen. Now, my dear, you had a very long and stressful day. I imagine you would like to rest. Unless, of course, you would rather have me here keeping you company. If that's the case, I would be more than happy to stay with you as long as you want. Of course, my lady. I am always at your service. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that I want more than for you to feel safe, protected, and happy. I would do anything for you.